Now, I want you to write it exactly the way I'm writing it first, and then eventually what's your problems down below, you can just tell me what the answer is, right? Because I'm trying to show your brain how you should be thinking about numbers, all right? In math, we never, ever, ever say plus minus. This just doesn't ever occur, all right? We don't ever do that. So how I want you to look at that is a plus and a minus next to each other is always a what? Negative. So I want everybody to write down on their paper, this really just means -5 minus 6. And I always try to tell kids, think in terms of money. Think in terms of money. If you owe your mom 5 and you owe your dad 6, that means you owe what?
11.
It's so simple if you think in terms of money.
So it'd be
-11. All right, if you owe your mom 5 and you owe your dad 6, you don't have $11, do you? No, you're way behind. You good? All right, thank you, Jack. All right, let's check out number 2. So I don't want you to write 14 plus -5. You're going to write down on your paper, Xavier, what?
14 minus 5.
And that is?
Well, if you have 14 and then you owe your mom 5, that means you'll have 9.
That's exactly what it means. Thank you very much. Exactly the way I want you to think about it. Does everybody agree that's super easy? Today is super easy. Monday's super easy. Tuesday's super easy if you know how to add, subtract, multiply, divide. It's just an easy week. But that means I want you to make an A on your test. That's why you ask me now if you have any problems, because as we go down the page, it's supposed to get a little bit what? A little bit harder. Okay? So how do I write this? Or no, you can just tell me the answer on this one.
This one, so it's -11. Or no, -17. Or 7.
That's all right, Tucker. It's all right, buddy. No one cares. Remember what? And you guys did that beautifully. He's tongue-tied a little bit. It's no big deal. All right, everybody's going to make a mistake. All right, that's beautiful. Exactly what I want, your reaction. Let him get it out of... All right, so again, tell me the answer.
-7, because you have 11 and you...
Sit down for a second.
18.
Yes. All right, -7. Agreed? All right.
And then on number 1, wouldn't it be -5 because it's double negative? Or no, because it's after the value. Because wouldn't
Tucker, listen to me. You're going to learn this quickly because you haven't had me before. If I write it up there, it's probably what? Probably right. You with me? So I want you to say, hey, I thought it was this. All right? What did I do wrong? Or how did you get -11? That's all I'm asking. Right? I'm trying to correct your thought process. You're not trying to correct my thought process. You with me on this? And again, I'm not trying to be, you know what I mean? I'm trying to help you. So if you're not understanding -11, let's go back and talk about it. Do you understand -11 now?
Yes, I do.
All right, let's go. Number 4, I really want you to rewrite that as what?
16 minus 3.
That's exactly right. You just write down 16 minus 13, and of course that's just what? 3. Simple as that. I'm hoping you're going, wow, this is really easy. All right, adding and subtracting integers, that's all we're doing. All right, so let's take a look now at number 5. If you gain 6 yards, that means what?
Positive 6.
+6. And then you lost 10 yards, which is
-9.
-10.
So 6 minus 10.
6 minus 10, which is
It is 4. Or
-4.
-4.
Perfect. And again, I like that, guys. You're under pressure sometimes. Sometimes you say things you don't mean to say. All right? That's why I give you a second to think about it. All right? Beautiful. -4. All right? I'm pretty happy with that. Now, Jensen, tell me about number 6.
Temperature not was -3 Fahrenheit. Temperature goes up 3 degrees. So +3. So 0.
Yes, exactly. If you want, you just say -3 plus 3, which is 0 degrees Fahrenheit. 0 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm pretty happy with that, right? Hopefully you feel that's pretty easy. All right. Max, tell me about number 7.
7 plus 14, which is 7 plus 7 is 2. Or no, 7.
Yeah.
14.
Yes, 14, sir. Thank you. I appreciate everybody giving a chance. Some people are a little bit nervous. All right, that's what I like to see. Perfect. Now, what I would like to ask you, though, don't you think it would have been better just to say, what happens to those two things?
0.
Yeah. See what I'm saying, right? So I'm always going to try to show you how it would be better to add or subtract. You with me? All right. Number 8.
Negative.
How do I want you to write it, though?
Negative 12.
11. Then what?
11 plus negative.
No.
Minus 12.
11 minus 2. And then what? Minus 10. Now, again, you probably got the right answer, and I'm not going to argue with you. All right? But I'm just saying, we don't ever write plus minus plus minus. Do you agree with me on this? So I prefer that you rewrite it just for me right now. When you get down to the problems, do I care if you rewrite it or can you just write the answer? I don't care. You can just write the answer if you understand it. But if you're making mistakes, this is why you're making mistakes, because you're seeing plus negative and two signs. Don't do two signs. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
When you change it to 11 minus 2 minus 10, is your answer going to be negative?
Yes.
Negative 1?
Negative 1. That is correct. Negative 1. All right? Now, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. I can't tell you the importance of being able to add and subtract really well. That sounds kind of funny. All right? But we're talking about the negatives now. And sometimes kids get confused with the positives and the negatives. So that's what we're addressing right now. Does anybody have any questions with why that's negative 1? All right? Now, number 9. I prefer that you write it as negative 5 plus 4 minus 5 plus 3.
Oh, you know.
Sorry. So tell me about this. I'm gonna let Jack. I want you to tell me what the answer is.
Okay, so negative 5 plus 4, that's negative 1, and then minus 5, so then you're up to negative 6, plus 3, so you have negative 3.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jack.
Um,
Negative 3. Everybody okay with that? Or you want me to go through this? Yeah, here we go. Come on. Listen to me now. Here's how I want you to think about it. You always think in terms of money.
okay.
Always. So, negative 5. You owe me $5, and you have $4. Negative 1. Now you owe me 5 more. So what's that? What's negative 1 and negative 5? Come on, think about it. Just, yeah, why don't? Yes, you're right. Negative 6. Now negative 6 plus 3. Negative 3.
Okay.
You with me on that?
Yeah.
Remember, if you owe, the more you owe, you add. If you owe and you have, you subtract. You with me on this?
Mm-hmm.
All right, think in terms of money.
Okay.
I really think that's the best way to do positives and negatives, think in terms of money. All right? So, so now, I think we're pretty good with the explanation. All right, I think everybody's pretty good with adding and subtracting. All right, now here's what I want you to hear me out and say. All right, you have your electronic book. You're going to open your electronic book right now to this page. All right? And what page is it? Tell me.
58.
So go to page 58.
What is it?
It's the book app. It's on your iPad.
I know. It's called McGraw. Oh, the
And then the next thing I want you to do is I want you to go to Google Classroom. And then the 2-2 what? Solutions are what? Are posted. Does everybody agree with that? So now you open them up. Right? And every 4 or 5 questions that you answer, you should go to your solutions and make sure that you did what? You did it correctly. Your book should be there.
Yeah, but it says you have to log in.
Yeah, we don't know our login.
I've already logged in.
Yeah, you guys,
Yeah,
everybody
so
can.
which book is it? Is it the Pearson or is it the McGraw?
We're all-
I don't, Mr. Strauss, because
What?
mine was one of the books that I like didn't have the book, so I never got to do it.
Yeah, the same here.
Okay, so
Yeah, I
let
know.
me see. What I'll do is I'm gonna call the office and see. I thought I was told you guys all had your books. I thought she came in.
I
here.
got
We
it
do
now.
all have our books,
I got it
but we
now.
don't have
Login.
login.
Okay. All right. So here we go, guys. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call her and see what the problem is, and I'll just leave this up for now. All right. I'll just leave these problems up for now. I did not realize that. All right. So I'm just gonna put this on pause, and I'm gonna